All right, Adam, we're 1 hour from the start of the Lions game, which is obviously a very big deal to the people around us. During the Red Wings game the other day, they actually started chanting Jared Goff's name during a hockey game. And I saw online some guy actually have the nerve to complain that they were chanting Jared Goff instead of "Let's go Lions." They're Red Wings fans. They don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
That would be like me going on there. They better return the favor and chant our goalie's name during one of the Lions. Because there's always the joke of the quarterback and of the Lions and the goalie of the Red Wings being the hardest job in Detroit. But anyway, welcome to episode 5 of the Automotive Misconduct Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Dustin.
And I'm Adam. Glad to have you.
So, within the last, I'd say 48 hours or so, we had some exciting news come in.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I got invited to put my car in a booth at Autorama this year, which is a car show here in Detroit, in Michigan. And it's like a big deal to us normal guys. I've gone to this car show numerous times as a child and even as I grew older, and I always thought, man, it would just be the coolest thing to have something capable of being in this show.
Absolutely. No, it's a huge honor, and I'm super thrilled for you. Like you said, this has always been like a big thing. The only next step would be for your car to be on a magazine cover. It's always been like a goal. It's not really the same now with technology and how, magazines aren't really a thing really anymore. I can't remember the last time I even bought a magazine, but it was always a deal growing up that if I could have my car on the cover of any magazine. But say super excited for you to have this honor and happy for you. And super excited to go down there and hang out with you and see what this experience all is.
Yeah, pretty excited myself. Like I said, I was at work one day, a few days, it was a couple weeks ago, and a gentleman reached out to me from Detroit. He's got Instagram, Facebook, all this stuff. Fox Body D. His name was D. Lewis. I reached out and was like, hey, word on the streets is you got a pretty nice boosted new Edge, and we're looking to add some cars to our group and our booth at Autorama. And Lauren Stoney, which is our friend Colin Welch's fiance, gave me the referral. So couldn't thank her enough.
That was awful nice of her.
Yeah, she herself has a badass Fox body that she's building, and I was super thankful, and I couldn't be more appreciative of her shouting me out and giving me the opportunity. Yep.
Yeah, so much of life is the people that you have around you. Having quality people is quality results kind of thing. Definitely big thanks out to them for that. Say, never really been a car show guy, and kind of the indoor stuff, it doesn't seem as engaging as an outdoor show during the summer. But when we're here in Michigan in the winter, we have to take what we can get.
Yes, I agree.
How I feel about it.
Yeah.
There's another show coming around us, the Chrome and Ice Show. It's in Flint I think 2 weeks from now. And I actually got asked if I was going to that the other day. And I guess I am interested to maybe go to that, just because I haven't been involved in things for so long that maybe that's a quick fix or something to, forgive the play on words, break the ice to get back into that type of...
Right, just get you a chance to get out, see the cars, see the people, just to give yourself a refresh as to what's in the area car-wise. Like you said, it's been quite some time since you've been engaging in something like that. I think that's a good idea.
For sure. I guess there's like a VIP package that's actually pretty cheap, and it's a pretty good experience to start throwing food and drink at you and things of that nature. I guess I am anything with that, I'll give it a shot.
Right?
But yeah, I haven't been to Autorama in quite some time. I believe the last time I went is with you, and that was just prior to going to Oklahoma. And you've been back for several years now.
That's
It's been a minute.
2010.
Yeah. So that's how long it's been for me.
Quite the list of stuff that I'd like to do to the car yet to get it quite ready to go to that. Currently, the car doesn't have a transmission in it. That's
a problem.
But, PTC is giving me a 2-week turnaround time on this converter that I have to send out.
Okay.
So it's either a now or never. And I really don't want to cut into when the season opens, because we all know that boost weather happens in the spring as well. So I want to have the car 100% ready to go, but I also want to take this thing to Autorama. So I got the converter out. I have to get the converter sent out tomorrow and get it down to PTC as fast as I can. They can get it back to me, and I got to loosen it up a little bit. It's just too tight for my application. But other than that, got a little bit of powder coating to do under the hood. My cousin been dabbling into that, and it turned out to be a pretty good powder coater. Kudos to him on that. Yeah, but really just clean it up a bit. The car is original paint, 2002. It's got its bumps and bruises, but Tony told me yesterday, Tony Campbell, he was like, if I can remember how he said it, oh man. It was a great saying too. It was like, not all car shows can be drag cars, but all drag cars can, not all show cars.
Show cars are race cars.
Yes, that.
But all race cars are show cars. Absolutely.
Yes. That made me feel better about it, and just gonna load that thing in the
100%.
box and get it down there. But I think it said the end of February is like the 28th or 29th is when they allow you to get the car down there. So I got it all next month. I got a full month to get it base cleaned up. The car is what it is. I'm not gonna Band-Aid make some miracles happen with the thing. And again, it's in great shape, but just a few things I want to tidy up on it.
Or whatever. I borrow a segment from Top Gear, like James May was talking about cleaning up a car. Is that bit there as clean as it could be? No. Okay, let's improve it. That's basically what it comes down to. Is we'll be scrubbing and polishing on it the day of, right? Like it'll be a process. But super excited for you. Very happy. Say I get to see this deal from a whole new perspective. So, and who knows who we're gonna meet and who we're gonna talk to and all that. It was all very exciting. What all did you intend on having powder coated under the hood?
I need to get some of the intercooler piping done. Thought about having the intercooler pulled itself, because it's pretty open in the grill area, you can see it. The only thing I don't like about it is I'm not a fan of under the hood like chrome polish stuff. I like everything to be dark and black. I don't know, it's just my personal preference, but my radiator is a sore thumb to me. Like that thing just sticks out to me, and it's the polish. It's an aluminum radiator, but I thought about getting that top of the radiator painted or making a cover for it, but I don't want to take it too far. My car has always been simplistic, and I want to keep it that way. I don't want to overdo anything, make it something that I don't like. But
you don't want to change the whole personality of the whole thing.
Right.
I understand that for sure. So we're never really been car show guys. We've always just been into driving them in general, or racing, or some kind of competitive event, or things of that nature.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how this goes and how this might change our perspective.
Yes.
On that whole thing.
I agree. Heck, usually we're just hanging out at some parking lot somewhere, and somebody talks crap to you, so you get in the car and you go bust off a race real quick and come back to the lot. That was the extent of our excitement, and the extent of my car showing has been hanging out in a parking lot with a bunch of guys.
Hanging out at Home Depot and Saginaw.
Yep.
Instead of going to prom, like me. That's literally where I was.
Yep.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm open to it. I think it's a huge opportunity for myself and for us to show off like what we've done, and I'm super excited about it. It was like one of those things where I showed Haley, my kid, and she's like super excited and super proud, and it's always nice
she
to
should
see that
be.
stuff. Yeah, it teared me up a little bit because it is a huge deal to us. Jesus, This is sure it's not an award-winning deal, but it's something that we can go to.
It's still an honor. Definitely very cool. The indoor stuff versus the outdoor stuff. Cobo Hall is a pretty big building. Is that still where it is, actually?
Yeah, I think it's called Huntington Place now, they call it.
Okay.
But it's still the same building, I do believe.
Same deal. So yeah, we'll have to figure out that whole deal of where to bring the car in and all that. Because we just walk in the front door like regular folks.
Yeah. But like I said, the D got with me and said that we'll all meet up with them guys and just go in at the same time. They can help them get the booths all set up. So yeah, they get them. He said it's a smooth process. Smooth is good. Smooth is easy.
Yes. Your car going to be roped off, do you know?
That I don't know. I'm not sure if they rope off like a whole booth section or if it's just cars in a group stay together. I'm not sure. It's been 3 or 4 years since I've even been myself. But I know either way, I'm excited to go hang out. And like you said, who we meet, who we see, stuff we see. It's always a good experience down there.
Right, get out there and rub elbows with some people.
Yeah, it's like literally the international auto show for us.
That's a very good way of looking at it. So that show is March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Loading up is the last day of February, and then 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of March is the Autorama show.
Okay, so legitimately that leaves us with 4 and a bit weeks until tracks start opening up.
Yeah, that's correct. Like a
so
little buffer there, like to get you amped up and ready for track season. Like just giving you a little bone here for us car guys.
Yeah, a little appetizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully at that point your car's pretty much ready to go, and mine is definitely not.
Get it back out there.
Dude, I told you the last time I got out of the garage and washed it, that thing might still have COVID on it.
Yeah, I can attest, and can't get for that thing needs a bath.
Yeah, definitely a lot to do. Just general maintenance on it for sure, and all the things that we talked about in the previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the tune's fine. Like I don't know of anything that's broken or leaking or anything of that nature. So realistically, I just need to get it out and let some smoke out of the tires, really.
Yeah. Fluid change probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, just a little bit of preventative maintenance should be all right.
Yeah. But other than that, all I've got myself is just the converter, get that back in, the trans back in. I do need to buy a set of tires. Get the coolant out of the car because I do have to swap back and forth, but really not too much. I do my once a month startup. I'll make sure injectors stay good, with the ethanol in the car. Have seen horror stories with ethanol turning pretty expensive injectors into a chunk of rust. So, yeah, it's never good. But other than that, after I get the converter back in, my car's 95% ready to go. I do have a 5-bar map that I want to put in it, I think. I got from a buddy branded car. Right now it's got a 2.5 bar map in it. So I can only maxed out on my map sensor is like 26.8 pounds. And I was touching 25.8, I think, the last time we were at the track.
Oh, yeah.
So I really don't want to... I don't think I'm going to have to lean on it that much to get my end result out of the car. Because we had a lot of problems during the pass. with that dome sensor, and then we went back with a new dome sensor, but some idiot that controls the keyboard didn't change the PIDs in the Holly, and we went back with all those issues. But I'm hoping don't have to use any more than, I really don't want to put more than 26 pounds of boost in this thing, being a stock bottom end situation. But
I want to compare this to machine shop class, Mr. Stelmach.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he always told us like you wanted to be able to measure. There's a term for it, and maybe you'll remember, or somebody will come on here and tell me what it was. I forgot. I apologize. But if we wanted to measure to 1,000th of an inch, then we better be using a measuring tool that measures to 10ths of 1,000th of an inch. Like you see the correlation, like with having a 5-bar map sensor versus a 2.5,
right.
Even though you only want to maybe go up a couple pounds at the most.
Right.
But just having that availability of range, or say there's a technical term for it, and I'm
not
I don't remember grasping it right this second. But you remember him saying that though?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm not crazy.
No,
okay.
That directly correlates to what we're talking about there.
Right.
You don't want to take. I don't want to go up and over that 26 pounds if needed, and my map. Obviously, the map sensor will just default to 26.8, and it will stay there even if I'm at 30. Like it doesn't know any value higher than that.
Right.
But on the downside, it doesn't know any different than that, and it can cause issues because it's uncharted. The Holly doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Right.
It's just reading 26.8, and it thinks that it needs that amount of fuel and everything else. So I just want to have a safety net if it ever does go over
for
that.
sure.
And it will. End goal, I do want to have. And people sit here and complain about people talking, oh, I want dyno sheets. Dyno sheets don't equate to ET numbers.
No.
I want a 4-digit streetcar. Is that so much to ask? You know what I mean? So I do plan on doing a short block in this car eventually. Probably next. I want to find an LC9, do an aluminum short block in this thing. The best thing about the LS world is that literally if I could hold the top half of the engine in the car and just unbolt the short block and then bolt the new one up in there, it'd be swell.
Right.
Because everything is the same. Nothing changes up top. Literally nothing. And it would be cool to have a 4-digit streetcar.
Yeah.
I want to have that dyno sheet. People all the time claiming, oh, I got 1,500 horsepower, this and that. And I got a dyno sheet to prove it. I mean, it's cool, but you don't race it. I want to be able to... $899 at 150, which we almost eclipsed. I drive the hell out of the thing all the time. I've put in almost 2,000 miles on the car in 2 years. And I want a 4-digit horsepower dyno sheet.
Solid.
So that's my end goal. End goals with that car. But
I had my car on a dyno once, and I didn't know it at the time, but I was actually shooting oil out of my dipstick tube.
Oh, I remember that.
And it was like smoking in the engine bay, and they kept letting out of it at 5,000 RPM.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasted my one opportunity on a dyno. So definitely going to have to get back there at some point, whether it's on this setup or something else. Because that was always one of the checklist things for me, was to have a dyno sheet, have the car on the dyno, have videos and pictures, and instead I have videos of it going almost all the way up and then smoke. You go, I'm not showing that to anybody.
And plus, we can all do this mail order tune stuff, or if you do your own tuning. Like, I'm a firm believer, like a dyno is the best tuning tool there is. It's the safest because, of course, we all get out there and have our seat of the pants feel, like we had a couple degrees of timing here, a little bit of fuel here, take some fuel out here, and we go back out and make another pull on the street and see how it feels. Does it work? Yeah. But it's nice to see like an actual graph. Okay, the car did not like this at this point.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of dyno is definitely a good, useful tool that can be. It's just a good tool to have in your back pocket.
I found my butt dyno is not very accurate. Like I just know. So having that for sure, the piece of paper, the computer telling you without you just making it up in your head or whatever.
Right. Doing the old racer math.
Makes a big difference. Yeah. I had these parts, so it should be fine, right?
Or going online looking at the conversions, like you can, I think it's like Wallace Racing has a bunch on there. You type in like your weight and what it ran mile per hour wise, and it tells you your estimated horsepower. I'm sure they're probably close, but
I've done that, and like you're saying, it gets you in the neighborhood, but it's not anything exact for sure.
Yeah, and it's not that damn sheet. That sheet's cool to have, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. I've always wanted to have, like, just, say, pictures and dyno sheets and maybe some time slips, like this big, like, notebook for my car. Like, when people come over or whatever, like, even if they don't ask, I can just hand them, here you go. Here's my life's work.
Dude, oh my God, I know exactly what you're saying. I have documented, like, literally everything with my car. I have the same thing. Like, it's not just you. Right. Like, it is, I think it's just us in general. Like, holding a booklet that has, like, every picture start to finish. It's cool to me. Like,
I think I just made a statement in a very guy way that I want a scrapbook.
Oh my God.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, you're not wrong.
No.
It's cool to have, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. I do know these Lions start in about 10 minutes our time, so we need to...
Yeah, wrap this deal up.
I think so, brother.
Yeah. I had to temper my son's expectations because he's 9, so he's just getting into sports. And it's really his first year of watching the NFL. And I think he's got this expectation that, like, this is a thing and it can just happen. And, like, dude, your grandfather was born and then passed away, and then this didn't happen. Like, in his entire lifetime, bro. Like, chill.
This doesn't just happen.
No. So, yeah, very big deal. Hopefully this episode goes better technology-wise. You may have noticed on our last episode that our lips and our sound were not matching. Is harder than I thought it would be.
Very much.
We'll jump on a Teams call and I'll record the screen and do some edits and cut some stuff out or whatever. And how hard can it be?
Yeah, how hard can it be?
Yeah.
Our last episode.
Ambitious but rubbish.
Well, our last episode looked like a bad remake of a Chinese video. So it's the voice happens and then the lips move.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
But this is episode 5.
Not our proudest moment, but we'll get there.
Yep.
We're trying this on the new recording program. I'll find out here in a minute.
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. If you made it this far, I appreciate you coming. We'll get at this again next week.
All right, we'll see you. Thanks for coming.